Molly. Oh, where to begin? So much has taken place since my last letter. The bombing on Pearl Harbor has really changed how I live here in Honolulu. It was a frightening thing to experience since I was outside when it happened. My dad was also working near the harbor, but thankfully, the Micho Ohana, my family, is okay. Let me tell you about the things that have changed. Everyone was frightened by the explosion, including Melee. So frightened, in fact, that she ran away from home. I didn't realize until later that night that she was missing. You can imagine how worried I was. My dad had to work late at his job and help the wounded at the harbor. Some nights he didn't come home and I missed him terribly. Things outside our family are different too. We can't stay out later than 6 o'clock and we must close all the curtains in the house in the afternoon. But worst of all, the library in our school is burned. We still have classes, but it just isn't the same. Nothing is the same. Yet, despite all these changes, something good did happen. Melee returned. A couple of days after the bombing, I heard some yelping in one of our neighbors' yards. I followed the sound and ended up at a ditch. When I looked down, there was Melee, dirty and a little smelly. I was overjoyed. Mary Lou, Mom, and I have been doing some volunteer work at the Red Cross too. It gives you a good feeling to know that you're doing your part to help the war effort. People all over Honolulu have pulled together and are helping the community. It'll take a while to restore the island to what it once was, but teamwork makes the dream work. I hope you're doing well, Molly. It'll be nice to hear from you again. Love, Nania. Dear Nania, the moment I heard about the bombing at Pearl Harbor, you and your family came straight to my mind. I'm so glad to hear everything is okay and that you found Melee. Just like your life in Hawaii, some change has taken place here in Illinois as well. The biggest change that I have to get used to happened a few days ago. When the family gathered around the table for dinner one night, Dad told us he had signed up as a doctor and would be shipped out soon. I know what it feels like not to have your dad home at night. I miss my dad terribly. I wear the heart-shaped locket Dad gave me for my birthday with his picture inside every day. It helps me feel close to him. My mom has to work now to support the family. A lot of mothers have to. She got a job on a fighter assembly line. Since she isn't home in the afternoons to cook and do what moms do, guess who is here to help? None other than Mrs. Guilford herself. I'm trying to be nice to her, but all she ever talks about is Johnny, Johnny, Johnny. Johnny is her son who is in Europe. You're right. Nothing is the same. Lately, I've been helping Mom and Mrs. Guilford in our victory garden. If you ever visit Jefferson, Nania, remind me to ask Mom to cook one of her famous veggie casseroles. It's made with fresh vegetables from our garden, and I promise that it is the best casserole I've ever tasted. Just like you, Mom, Jill, and I have also been doing volunteer work at the Red Cross. My friends and I like to help out by rolling bandages, collecting scrap metal or bottle caps, and making boxes for kids overseas. Even though the war has changed many of things, I know one thing that won't change: the friendship between us. Right back soon. Love, Molly.